YouTubies! How's it going? Dylan here. And DC has just, as of 2 days ago, on April 1st, started their Convergence. And I was already doing comic book reviews, and I started, and they were just 2 videos of me reviewing Deathstroke's current run. I was behind, and when I heard about Convergence, I decided to stop that and wait till after Convergence to continue with the reviews of what happens after all of the events of Convergence. But I am going to go ahead and summarize and review the entire thing of Convergence for anyone who doesn't actually feel like reading the comics, because I'm going to be reading the whole main series of Convergence and a couple of the tie-ins. And I will review all of that and summarize all of that for anybody that wants to watch my videos. They're just going to be real quick, short reviews of what happens in the issue and just, a couple of my thoughts. So, I'm going into Convergence blind. I didn't read anything that might have led up to it. I kind of know some of the stuff that was going on prior to it in the main continuity, but I was only reading Suicide Squad, Deathstroke, Teen Titans, and Harley Quinn, and none of them tied into Convergence. So, I'm kind of going in blind, like anyone who is in the same boat as me that just wasn't reading any of the main stories, which I believe were like Superman and Batman, Superman Unchained and Batman Eternal were like the 2 that kind of really tied in. So, first of all, I really love the cover. Just Superman and all of the Brainiacs. So, we start with like Superman having a conversation with Big Brainiac, and then Big Brainiac kind of just screws with Superman, and anyone who's kind of slightly been reading any comics has probably seen this image in all of the comics of the multiple deaths of Superman, which is a really awesome 2-page splash. And it's just, and it's like Superman, like, I've died this many times, like different versions of me have died. And it's also nice to see Superman with his underwear on the outside again. Who knew anyone would actually miss that? But so important. And then the Big Brainiac's just like, yeah, go, I'm done with you for now. And you actually get to see how big he actually is. So yeah. Superman, he just kind of ties Superman up, and of course, Superman gets out, lands on this world, and then you start seeing my favorite thing about this whole book, the different versions of Brainiac. You get, like, the original Brainiac, you get Super Friends Brainiac, you get another, I guess, comic version of Brainiac, like an older one, then you get the TV show Brainiac, the Justice League Brainiac, you see him. The DC animated movie Brainiac Attacks, you see that Brainiac, which Superman punches in the face. And then, it's all about like Superman trying to figure out where he's at. He's on this desolate planet. And then finally, the Brainiacs that he keeps running into / punching in the face tell him that this is a planet that the gigantic Brainiac has taken, and he's taken cities from doomed timelines and placed them on this planet in domes. And then, of course, some of you might go, oh yeah, that's what Convergence is. And what you find out is these Brainiacs aren't actually Brainiacs, they're the planet. Because apparently the planet's sentient, and it just kind of is taking the different forms of the big Brainiac that did all of this. and it has like an identity crisis, which I thought was cool. That like, because Superman goes, you shouldn't be having an identity crisis right now. You need to help me get out of here, which is funny because for those of you who don't know, DC had an event called Identity Crisis, and then the planet's just like, be gone, Superman. He's like, I'm done with you. And then you get the planet just like forms into this Brainiac-looking creature. He doesn't actually say who he is. Like, he doesn't give himself a name, but it forms into this creature saying, "Let only the strong survive." Meaning he's letting down the domes, and the cities from the Doom timelines are then going to converge. And that's where the actual comic ends, but then you get, then at the backup to it tells you the different, like, different worlds, timelines. Yeah, and you've got, like, Adventure Comics, Legionnaires, Superman, the Atom Sugar Spike? I don't know what that is. Cap's Hobby Shop World. That one's interesting. You've got World's End, that world, Earth 2 World's End. Crisis on Infinite Earth, that one, that's a thing. The most exciting one, I think, out of all the worlds that are going to be a part of Convergence, is Injustice. That whole world of Injustice, that part of the multiverse, is going to be in Convergence. Also, Batman Beyond, that's also awesome. The Flashpoint Future, I believe, which that's really cool. Kingdom Come. Superman Red Sun, that'll be interesting. And Future's End. That will also be... Oh yeah, Future's End and World's End were the events that were leading up to Convergence. That's right. As you can see, I didn't really do any research. I'm just kind of like reading. So I'm going on a ride. This is like the first DC event that I'll be a part of, that I'll be current reading. So yeah, that's Convergence. Well, issue 0 actually, not even issue 1. So it was really cool. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it. Like, Superman was freaking out the entire time. I needed to just calm down a little bit, but, you know, that's New 52 Superman, apparently. I've been told. I just noticed there's no New 52 anywheres on here. That's interesting. I mean, Convergence is the end of New 52. I just didn't think it ended, like, the New 52 ended with Convergence. I thought it was, like, after. But, so, yeah. Convergence issue 0. I hope you all tune in for when Convergence issue 1 shows up, because I'll be reviewing that, too. So, I will catch you guys later. Peace.